Hi everyone, Kevin Boyle here from the Residential Group with a monthly update on what's happening in real estate today. If you'd like to support me, I'd really appreciate a thumbs up, a share, a comment, or even better if you'd like to subscribe to my channel. I'd like to touch base with you and let you know what's going on in the real estate market today and what you can expect probably in the next 6 months or so. But first off, happy birthday to Karen. The other day I was able to drop off some birthday brownies for her, and for me it's always a thrill. It's something I look forward to. One, I get to visit with my clients, and another, I get to surprise them because you know a lot of clients, they'll say, well, Kevin, I don't even get a card from my family members, and I've had some people ask me, why birthday brownies? Well, I wanted to do something that my clients can tell that I put something into it. It's not just me filling out a card and sending it to you, which is, nice by itself. But I wanted my clients to know that I'm actually thinking about them, and I'm actually grateful that they, chose me over thousands of other realtors. I mean, face it, there's thousands and thousands of realtors in your area that you could pick to work with. And if you pick me, well, I'm grateful. I'm extremely grateful. And reason number two is I get to spend quality time with my daughter. Chiara and I, she's 8 years old. She's in grade 4 now, and she's just a pleasure. Well, it's just a great bonding experience for us. She's always thrilled. And so it's just a really fun thing to do. And James, don't worry, I haven't forgotten about you. You're going to be seeing me next week sometime. Also, a big shout out to Marina and Chris, very good friends of mine, and they are good clients of mine as well. And they're celebrating their first year anniversary coming up. So that's really exciting for them. And of course, thank you to Roger and Carrie for referring Andrew and Mark to me. Again, I can't say how much I appreciate people that are so thoughtful to think of me that when their friends are moving. And we were able to get Andrew and Mart a good price for their home. And I've made, 2 more great friends, 2 more great clients. So I'm extremely grateful for that. And also I want to thank Doug and Kathy for trusting me and helping me sell your townhome. So that's all that good stuff that just makes all of this so worthwhile. And I know that you're here to discuss the market. And as you probably have heard, or maybe you've been watching the news, or home sales have been dropping roughly 20 to 30% since March. And as you know, sooner or later that catches up. And usually there's about a lag time, about 2 or 3 months before home sellers start to feel the pinch and where they go, listen, I've got to do something. And so generally the people that have to sell, maybe they've been transferred out of province, or maybe there's some mobility issues with them, they're getting older. The people that have to sell, they have to face the reality, which is home sales are going up, and it's hard to sell in a market that the absorption rate is sky high. And I'm not sure if anybody's ever taken the time to explain to you absorption rate, but right now they're anywhere between 6 to 12 months depending on what type of home you're trying to sell and what area you're in. And what that means is the average home seller, if they were to list their home today, might take 8 months before the inventory is absorbed. So if you're an average home seller, it doesn't look good unless you're using a very unique selling strategy that's designed for a difficult market like it is right now. So we are starting to see home prices fall. Single-family homes in Surrey actually fell about $77,000 since March of last year. In Chilliwack, they've dropped about $25,000. So Chilliwack is still that beacon of hope. It's still the most affordable place to go. In fact, I've helped quite a few families and quite a bit of people who are going into retirement and just saying, listen, I'm going to sell my townhome. You can sell a townhome in New West or Surrey or Langley, and you can buy a pretty nice rancher out in Chilliwack for your money. So it just makes sense for a lot of people. It's only an hour away. It's a great community. The future? Well, in the next 6 months, it's really hard to tell what's going to happen. You know, if anybody tells you they have a crystal ball and they can tell you exactly what's going to happen, or they know what's going to happen, that's just not the case. There are so many different factors that are coming into play right now. Right now, we're letting 500,000 people into Canada per year, which is a lot when you only have a population of 38 million. Those people are typically going to go to Vancouver, they're going to go to Toronto, Montreal, the big centers, and they have to live somewhere, and that's why our vacancy rates are terrible. Our traditional vacancy rates are 4.5 to 5%, and right now they're, depending on where in the lower mainland, you know, which city you're in, they're around 0.6 or 1%. So what a vacancy rate means is typically it's around 4.5 to 5%, which means if there's 100 homes available for rent at any given time, 4 to 5 of those are available for rent. Well, right now our vacancy rates is about 0.6 or 1%, depending on the area, like I was saying. So that means for every 100 homes that are generally available for rental, there's only one, or less than one for every 100. So that's why you're seeing this whole hoopla about rental rates going up, because there are no places available, and that's why you're seeing such expensive rents for 2 or 3 bedrooms. I mean, they're just outrageous. And when you look at Vancouver, I don't know how people do it. I really don't. You know, it's like I've heard stories about people living in master bedroom walk-in closets. It's just crazy. So what is the future? Well, we have all of these people coming in. We have low vacancy rates, so there's no place to rent, and home prices are starting to come down. So sooner or later, you're going to feel that upward pressure again because you have all these people and they have nowhere to live. Having said that, what's going to happen in the next 6 months, nobody knows. Our economy is directly related to the US. They're doing tariffs down there with... seems like they're at war with everybody with these tariffs, China, Canada, Europe, and that's going to affect their economy. It doesn't affect it right away. It'll be 6 months, a year from now, and who knows how that's going to affect us, and that's how that's going to affect our housing industry. You know, a lot of people forget, or maybe they're not aware, but 50% of our economy is based on the housing industry. Every time a home is sold, you know, you have people putting in laminate flooring, they're painting the house, they're getting new appliances, there's plumbers, electricians, there's realtors, bankers involved. It supports so many other jobs when people do renos, you know, even it's just furniture, everything that you can think of. So there's a lot going on right now, and everybody's situation is unique to them. I always tell people, if you like to know, the best thing to do is just call me or email me and say, listen, Kevin, can you sit down with me? You know, come on over. There's no obligation. I'm not high pressure. My philosophy is I'll just sit down with you and go over your unique situation, where you live, what your goals are, where you want to move. I'll do the numbers for you and see if it makes sense. And I'll also help you come up with a plan to help you get there. You know, the biggest thing is if you have somebody who's renting right now, they need to get into the market. And in fact, they've needed to get into the market for the past 5 years. And that's something I specialize in as well, is where to get that money. Okay. So as always, if you have any questions, please email or call me. Until the next time, I hope you're well. And thank you very much for your time. I know this was a long video, but I had a lot to say. Take care. Bye-bye.